What's good, Arsenal Universe, man? It's your boy Dro the Goon coming at you guys with my match review of our 2-1 win over Burnley. Good 3 points, 6 points on the season. Home opener, goals by Lacazette, Aubameyang. What more could you ask for? Maybe a clean sheet, but we'll get into that later. Like I said, game finished 2-1, goals by Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Burnley was able to get one back with the Ashley Barnes goal. Um, First and foremost, bienvenidos y gracias, Danny Ceballos. Welcome and thank you to Danny Ceballos. Absolutely man of the match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was a part of me in the first half that wanted to give it to Matteo Guendouzi, but hands down, Danny Ceballos, best player on the pitch today. Got worked his ass off, defensively and offensively. He is that Aaron Ramsey replacement. I know he wearing the number 8 too, but and not only did he do that, the guy provided 2 assists, absolutely silky moves. You know what move I'm talking about, man. The guy spun a guy in the first half, and then there was the flick on to himself to clear a ball, like world class. Like, I know it's Burnley. I hope to see more from this, but hands down, man in the match, Danny Ceballos with 2 assists. He took all of our dead balls, free kicks, and corners. Um, let's talk about. Let's go through the match chronologically. Arsenal came out now 4-2-3-1 with the back four of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Socrates, David Luiz got a start. That's a note, and Monreal got a start. I guess you would play Monreal in a situation like this because of Burnley's lack of pace. Then they're not going to hit you with overlapping fullbacks and nothing like that. So I'm guessing that's why Monreal start. We have a double pivot of Joe Willock and Matteo Guendouzi. And on the right wing, we had Reece Nelson, Danny Ceballos in the 10, Aubameyang out to the, Reece Nelson to the left, Danny Ceballos at the 10, Aubameyang to the right, and we went with Lacazette up top. And one thing, if you notice with that midfield, you get another start from Joe Willock and Reece Nelson, is work rate. I mean, I'm from Houston, Texas. We have a saying: you don't work, you don't eat; you don't grind, you don't shine. That's the exact ethos of this team. It's a hard working team. If you're not busting your ass doing training, you're not busting your ass doing practice, Emery is not going to give you the start. So I like this ethos. I like this attitude. It's infectious. It'll spread through the team. As you know, iron sharpens iron. Competition is great within the squad because it makes sure everyone is on their toes fighting for starting positions. That means you will carry that same spirit and fight on the pitch, and they most definitely did today. Everybody from Matteo Guendouzi to Willett to Reece Nelson, those guys just working so hard in that midfield. That front three of Reece Nelson, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, to have the fluidity that they have, you have to be able to be on your horses, running through, making sure you're in the right spots at the right time, and that was most definitely everybody in the squad, especially Matteo Guendouzi. When the fullbacks would push high, he would drop back with the David Luiz and Socrates to cover. Anytime David Luiz carried the ball forward through, Matteo Guendouzi was there to cover his space. Very tactically aware and has the skill set to do so. So that's a plus and a plus. And I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes I wonder if we deserve Matteo Guendouzi. I look at Matteo Guendouzi and I think, man, we're lucky we scouted you, and we're lucky we signed you when you were the age you are now, because he's the type of player that would have ended up at Barcelona. He's the type of player that would be Casemiro's future replacement at Real Madrid, or a club like Bayern would have scouted this guy. I feel like we have a real hidden gem, and I just hope that he likes it at Arsenal and he doesn't want to leave, and we can hold on to this guy. But hey, if somebody comes in with an overwhelming offer at the right time, it's just something Arsenal can't refuse. But another topic for another day. Back to the match. Arsenal did extremely well playing out of pressure. When you play out of pressure, you're really walking a fine line of turning the ball over or splitting a defense apart for an incredible counterattack. Like I said, that fine line, that split second of extra little touch here, it could be good or bad. Luckily for us, all of our extra touches, all of our passes was right on time. Because if you're 2 second, if you're 2 seconds too fast, you'll pass it into a space that nobody's into, turnover. If you're 2 seconds too late, you're on the ball too long and the pressure's on you, turnover. And today we played perfectly out of pressure. When Burnley pressed with those with their with their four midfielders and their forwards, that left in huge space in behind their midfield, and it allowed our midfielders, Danny Ceballos, Reece Nelson, Lacazette, Aubameyang, to run in on the players, and that just helped with our fluidity with those front three guys. Like I said, the fluidity in them and the ability to move and drag and pull defenders with them. Excellent first half. Like I said, Danny Ceballos took all of our dead balls, which one of them in which led to the Lacazette goal from a corner. Excellent goal. It showed strength. It showed skill. It showed awareness. The awareness to realize where you are positionally inside of the box. The strength to hold off Peters, the Burnley defender, and the skill set to turn and spin and put that ball low where Pope, the Burnley goalkeeper, big, tall, lanky guy, hard for him to get down. Like I said, puts it in. First goal of the season. Now we're up 1-0. I'm just looking at my notes, guys. I'm going back and I'm saying, I'm just realizing how well we're handling the press. Just noticing the movement. One thing I do take from the first half in the match overall is Burnt Leno. If I had to give anybody a bad rating, it would be Burnt Leno. I was extremely unimpressed with his lack of command in the box. It's almost like, I don't know, I kind of like an asshole goalkeeper, right? I like a jerky goalkeeper. I like Jens Lehmann. I like Oliver Kahn, that type of asshole, bully, commanding, demanding goalkeeper in my team. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I wonder, like, is there anyone else out there like that anymore? I think Leno is a little too happy-go-lucky. Sometimes I feel like Leno thinks he's lucky and just to be in the Arsenal squad. I want some more. I want to be more of a presence. I want him to have more of a voice back there, letting guys know. Because you can see there was a couple of times when the ball would come into the box and Leno wouldn't come out and claim it. I know that's a knock on him and one of his negative attributes. But a lot of times you would see David Luiz look over his shoulder on free kicks and corners, kind of waiting for, like, hey, I'm waiting for you to say something, man. Tell me what you're going to do. Tell me where you're going to be so I'll know and I'll get out of your way and allow you to claim it. But that's the one thing I want to see from Leno. I'm not sure if it's something he can develop or it's something that somebody has to bestow upon him. Like, hey, man, command your box. That's your box. Let those guys know when you're coming. Let those guys know where you need them to be. Let them know where you want them to be. That's the only negative, really the only negative thing I would take from any player in any match. We also gave up a goal to Ashley Barnes. Burnley intercept the ball, long ball over. It was a beautiful play. I hate to admit it was a beautiful play. Long ball over, and I'm not sure where Socrates was. And this is what I'm guessing. Why am I drawing a blank? Marial was up the pitch. If Marial is up the pitch, Socrates goes to cover his area. Like I said, the ball gets played through. Ashley Barnes is able to go across David Luiz. Matteo Guendouzi isn't fast enough to track back. And so since he's not fast enough to track back, Barnes is able to get the shot off and scores the goal. 1-1, we go into halftime. Nicholas Pepe, and we have some substitutions. Nicholas Pepe in for Reece Nelson. Nicholas Pepe doing the second half. I'm trying to honestly think, and I'm not trying to overstate this. I haven't seen that type of pace, that type of speed from a player maybe since Henry, and it's different. I'm not talking about I'm already jogging and I take off running and you play a through ball to me speed. I'm talking about I can literally stop. I can be at a dead stop, standing position, still position, and take off and go 0 to 60 like it's nothing. And that's exactly what he's able to do. Literally just from standstill, boop, and he's gone. And with his touch and his ability to flick balls on and just nutmeg a guy. Matter of fact, I think he did nutmeg somebody. I'm drawing. I know I wrote it down in my notes. He did nutmeg somebody, but his ability just to go from standing to full sprint, that is going to be deadly. The more comfortable this guy gets in our system, the more settling he gets. This offense, this attack, is just going to get more scary and more frightening to opposing defenses when we get more comfortable. Just going over my notes. Like I said, more corners from Danny Ceballos. Like I said, Pepe was finding the ball in the midfield and just driving at guys, and that's what I'm talking about. It's literally ball comes to Pepe, takes off, and he's off, and you can literally see Burnley's defenders scrambling backwards, almost stumbling over themselves to try to get back in position. But that type of pace just it's frightening, and it'll be really frightening when we play against pressing teams like a Tottenham, like a Liverpool, teams that want to press, and when we have somebody like Danny Ceballos or Guendouzi or David Luiz that can unlock a pass, and we can just spray a ball forward. And Nicolas Pepe's the fact that he played the entire second half has me wondering, has me guessing, is Unai Emery prepping him for the Liverpool match? Is he prepping him for the Tottenham match against teams that he knows they're going to press, and Nicolas Pepe can literally hang out on that right wing, occupy that space between the opposing fullback and center back, and just hang out right there on that line, on the edge of that line, and take off with exactly what he needs to. You guys got a little mini preview for next match and the next match after that. We were able to get a ball. We was able to get a goal back, man. Aubameyang inside near post goal. Danny Ceballos again, man in the match. His pressure in the midfield dispossessed the Burnley player. Not only does he dispossess the Burnley player, he has the athleticism, skill set, tactical awareness to get the ball up to Aubameyang, and he goes near post on Pope. And remember, like I guys told you, Pope big, tall, so it's hard for him to get down. That's the places you want to. Those are the places you want to aim for when you shoot against him. You want to go near post, low towards those corners, because it's hard for him to get down. Kolasinac came in for Lacazette, and we switched. We went to a 3-5-2. Went to a back three of Socrates, David Luiz, and Monreal. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Kolasinac at the wing backs. Midfield of Guendouzi, Willock, and Ceballos, and we played Lacazette and Aubameyang up top. And oh my fucking God, I've never wanted to punch the shit out of a player more than I want to punch the shit out of Aubameyang. I'm not saying he had a bad game, but you guys know from watching Aubameyang, he'll score some beauties and then he'll miss some shots that are like, bro, you were right there. That turnover in midfield and that counterattack with Nicolas Pepe, when Pepe passed the ball back to him, he's trying to cut back in, but I think he probably should have held the ball up in for the third runner. And I'm drawing a blank on who the third runner was. It would have had to been Willock, if I'm thinking right. I think that third runner was Willock. But I think Aubameyang should have passed the ball on somebody. But that was a beautiful, and I'm pissed off because it was such a beautiful counter-attacking play. It was like, oh shit, like all that work and all that effort and how silky it was, it should have ended up in a goal. You should have got that satisfaction of a goal, but he didn't. Shout out to my boy Kolasinac with the shithousery, and I want to give a shout out to David Luiz with that too. As beautiful as we want to play, you have to have a little ugly. I believe that in any sport in the world, whether you're playing football, basketball, rugby, any sport, any team sport in the world, if you want to play beautiful, you have to play ugly. Rugby, you want to pass the ball, you want to spread the ball out and have your wingers and your centers making these brilliant runs and handoffs and behind the back passes. You got to beat people at the scrum. You got to have the forwards to win rucks. American football, you want to have a beautiful passing game. You want to have running backs that take off 20-yard runs. You got to win the line of scrimmage. You got to have a nasty offensive line. You want to As much people talk about Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry and all that, you got to have guys like Draymond Green to grab rebounds. And as beautiful as we want to play, we got to have the shit houses. You got to have the David Luiz that I'll tug a jersey, I'll put in the elbow, I'll take a foul here. If a guy's jumping for a ball, I'll throw my hip into him and undercut him. That move by Kolasinac towards the end to cut off Barnes' path. Not only did he cut off Barnes' pass, but he pissed off Barnes enough for him to react and swing at him. You get the foul, you get the card, you stop any counterattack. Man, I notice little shit like that, and I love little shit like that from Kolasinac. Other than that, man, good 3 points, another 3 points. This match gave you everything you wanted, everything that I would want. Physicality, goals, tactical awareness. The only knock on the match, I would say, is Burnt Leno. Man, you gotta, that's your box. You gotta claim it. If you don't claim it, no one else will. Looking forward to bringing you guys more videos. I'm going to try to get out a Bundesliga review this weekend. I know later on today, I think Schalke is playing Gladbach. I really want to watch that game. And I think tomorrow, RB Leipzig is playing. I'm drawing a blank. It's not Union Berlin. I'm not sure. I gotta look at my schedule. But thanks guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. I appreciate every single view. I appreciate every single comment, every single like from the bottom of my heart. And look forward to bringing you guys more videos. Have a good one.